Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day everyone. So we are going to do lab 3 activities here for manual drawing. So we are going to still continue with the geometric construction, and we're going to start with activity 1. In this activity 1, what we're going to do, we're just going to construct an octagon PQRSTUVW with a given side length of PQ. So for this one, the distance have not been between P to Q is not stated, so we can just fix this. It's up to you. For me, in my case, I'm just going to put 30 mm. So let's just watch how the construction will be done. First of all, what you need to do is to find the midpoint of PQ in order for you to construct a perpendicular line. And then after that, you need to draw a 45-degree line by using the 45-degree ruler, and then find point R, which is the same distance between PQ and QR, and find the midpoint too for that, so that at the end you're going to get the center point of this big circle of O, and then construct the circle, and then with the same distance of PQ you can determine the other point that the octagon have. Okay, so after you got all the point here, it's just connecting the dots from R, S, T, U, V, W, and then after that you darken the octagon line. The red line is the construction line, and the blue line is the real line that we want, which is the octagon line. So for the manual drawing, it's very important for you to ensure that the thickness of the line will represent whether it is a real line or the construction line. Normally for the construction line, the line will be a bit thinner. So here we have the octagon like that. So let's just do it together. I'm just going to show you through my webcam here. I have already a line of 30 mm here. Just choose 30 mm. So the first thing that you need to do is to find the midpoint between P to Q. The midpoint, the distance of the compass, is up to you, as long as we can find the midpoint and it's consistent. So from Q, and this is from P. Okay, so at the end we are going to get this point and this point. That is, if we draw a straight line, is going to be perpendicular to the PQ line. Okay, and then the next step is to lengthen this PQ line a little bit, because we want to draw the 45-degree angle. Okay, by using the 45-degree angle, now please draw another line. Okay, something like this. And then now we want to determine the R point, and the distance between Q to R is similar distance between PQ. So for PQ is 30 mm. So for QR is also 30 mm. So this is the R point. Okay, so for point R and Q, we want to also find the midpoint so that we can have the line. Okay, so determine also the midpoint of QR line. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Okay, so we got already the midpoint for Q and R. So we draw another line, construction line, and these two midline we want to we constructed them in order for us to find the point in which will be the center point of the big circle. So this is O. This is the joint between this line and this line. So after you got this center point of O, the next thing is to draw a big circle, and this big circle, the radius will be either from O to P or O to Q or O to R. Well, basically is the same distance, so just make sure that the distance will be the same. And then after you kind of like having the radius of it, just draw a big circle. Hopefully it's going to touch all the point. Okay. Okay, so now we have the big circle. The next step is to draw a distance of 30 mm to get the point, the other point of S, T, U, V, and W. So similar like that. What we need to do is to have the 30-degree distance, 30 mm distance from point P. So this is one point, and then from here in this another point, from here is another point, and then we are going to have point here and from here too. So after you got all the point R, S, T, U, V, W, you can just use the ruler to connect all the dots. It's really important for you to measure it correctly, otherwise the shape will not going to be perfect. Okay, something like that. So at the end, you're going to get an octagon as the first activity for this one. Okay, so now we are going to move to the next activity, which is activity 2, in which in this activity what you need to do is to construct a line tangent. Okay, so a tangent, what does it mean by a tangent? A tangent is a line that is going to touch one point of the circle. So construct a line tangent. So this is the line tangent of this blue line to given circle at the point P. Okay, so you were given a circle with a point P here, so you want to find a way on how to draw a line tangent and going to touch this P. This is all. Watch the video. Okay, first of all, you draw a straight line from the center point to the P, and then find the midpoint of that line. Okay, so well, it's very easy actually, so let's just all do it together. Okay, I already drew a circle of 30 mm radius. It's up to you. Now from the midpoint, which is O, I'm going to draw one line that is going to pass through P, and this P, the position of P is also up to you. Just draw a straight line. Okay, then after that, what we need to do is to draw a small circle from P, small semicircle, because we want to determine the midpoint. Okay, so we already have the small circle, so now is the step of drawing the mid to find the midpoint. Okay, from here, and then from the bottom, from this point to, we just draw one arc at the bottom and on the top, so that we are going to get a point at the top and at the bottom. And then after that, what we need to do is just to draw a straight line from the point to pass through P and also to B at the bottom. So at the end, you are going to get a tangent line. This is a tangent line. Just going to darken it a little bit more. This is a tangent line going to pass through P and touch the circle. Okay, so this is for activity 2. For activity 3, what you need to do is to construct a line tangent to two circles touching externally. So we have two circles here. The first circle is 24 mm radius and the second circle is 36 mm radius. So we want to have a tangent that is going to touch one line. Tangent is going to touch these two circles. Okay, so let's just all watch the step. First of all, you need to draw a straight line from A to B and then find the midpoint of the line. And then for the midpoint of the line, you draw a circle, a semicircle, and then draw another arc that have a formula of the radius of B minus the radius of A. And then from X point, just go straight. You need to draw a straight line from B passing through X to the circle line. And then after that, at the end, you have this line should have a parallel line in the circle A, so that you're going to get the point Q and point P here as the tangent point, and then just draw a straight line. It's okay, we can do it together. Okay, so the first thing, you already have these two circles, this one 24 radius and this one 36 radius. So just draw a straight line between point A to point B. After you draw the straight line, you need to find the midpoint between this line, in this line, yeah. So we find the midpoint. Okay, so now we have the midpoint already. So this is the center point between the AB line, in which by using this center point, we need to draw a semicircle that have a radius to A or B. So this is the semicircle. Okay, not exactly touching the B, but it's okay. Just want to show you the way of doing that. Okay, after that, the next step is to draw another arc that have the distance RB minus RA. So the radius for RB, for the B, is 36 and minus the radius for A is 24. So it's 12 mm. So the arcs that we're going to draw have a 12 mm in radius. Okay, so just draw something like this. So this is X point, in which from point B you can just straight away draw one line passing through X to the line of the circle. So the line of the circle is P. I'm going to just erase this. So this is P line, and then you need to make sure the same angle of the line will be parallel at this small circle too. So if you use the proper tool for that, I think you shouldn't have any issue, like in my case, because I don't use any drawing board and drawing block, so I just use whatever tools that I have. So something like this, if you have the ruler. So just move the ruler so that it's going to be parallel actually to the line. Okay, something like this. Okay, so from point A to point B, so point A, okay, so this line and this line should be parallel. So this is Q point, this is P, so this is the tangent point. So the last step is to connect these two lines by a tangent line, these 2 points. Okay, so this is the tangent line that we want, touching these two circles externally. Okay, so this is the tangent line at the end. Okay, so that's for activity 3. Now we move to activity 4. Okay, so for activity 4, similar like activity 3, however this time the tangent line touching internally. Instead of touching here, it's touching here. We have the Q point at the bottom and the P point at the top. So let's just all watch how the step had been done. Okay, so we have the two circles with the same radius, with the radius of 24, and the B circle with the radius of 36. So the first thing, similar like the previous activity, A to B line, and then we find the midpoint of that AB line, so that we can have a center point to draw a big circle there. And then we want to find X, in which for this one X is equals to RA, the radius of A plus the radius of B. The radius of A 24 plus radius of B 36, that means it's 60. And then after that you can draw the P and the Q. Okay, let me show you how it was done. Okay, so we have two circle here, this the A circle and the B circle. So the first step is to draw a straight line to connect these two center point A and B. Okay, and then the next step is to find the midpoint of this line. Okay, okay, so we found the midpoint of it. Okay, so this is the center point that we want to draw the big circle, the big semicircle. So the semicircle should have the radius from the midpoint to A or B, and then after that we just draw a semicircle like this. Okay, okay, now the next step is to draw the to find the X, which have the formula of radius A plus radius B. So 24 plus 36 equal to 60. So the radius of the arc will be 60 mm. Okay, from point B, 60. So this is the X point. Yeah, so now what we want to do is to just draw a straight line from point B to X, touching the line of the circle. So this the line, this point will be P. Okay, so what we want to do is to make sure that we have another line that is also parallel to this line for the circle A. So I just going to use the ruler, but if you have a proper tool, it will be better. Okay, something like this. So okay, so we have this line parallel to this line, so we have this as Q. So we have the point P, we have the point Q. The last step is to just connect the points. So this is the tangent line that touch externally between these two circles. Okay, so that's activity 4. We move to activity 5. Okay, so in activity 5, it wants us to construct a circle with the radius 27. We want to construct this circle and the radius is 27, touching externally circle A and also circle B. Okay, so we have two circles with the radius of 25, and this one the radius is 14. So you want to draw another circle that going to touch these two circles, yeah, with the radius of that constructed circle is 27 in radius. So the first thing is to find the center point of that the circle that we want to construct. And if you notice, the circle have the radius of 27. So if we want to draw the circle, the center point from point A should be 25 plus 27, and then we're going to get this arc. And the second step is to draw from point B, which is 14 plus 27, so that at the end you're going to get O as the center point. And then from this center point you can draw a circle of 27 mm that is going to touch the A circle and the B circle. Okay, so let's just all do it together. So now you have two circles. You have two circles here with the radius. This one is 25 and this one is 14. Okay, so we want to draw the first circle. So 25 plus 27 mm is equal to 52 mm. So the distance from point A, we need to make sure that it's 52 mm to the center point of the circle that we want, 52. Okay, so this is one line that have the distance of 52 from point A. And then from point B, 14 plus 27 is equals to 41 mm. For 41 mm, we measure 41 mm, and then from point B, just going to construct one line here. Okay, so again this one, sorry. Okay, so we got this point as the center point of the circle that we want to draw. So the circle, you can measure the radius of it, 27, or this can be touched the circle that we already drew. Let me just measure it, 27. Okay, so this is 27. So just going to draw a circle that is going to touch the other two circle. Okay, so at the end I'm going to get this circle which will touch externally circle A and circle B, with the radius of this is R27. Okay, so that's activity 6. We move to activity that's activity 5, so now we move to activity 6. Okay, so for activity 6, we want you to construct a circle through a point R and tangent at S. Okay, so we have a small circle here and we just put S here, point, and we have another point of R. So you want to draw a circle, a bigger circle that is going to go through point R, and in the same time you will touch tangent at S. So how can we do that? The first thing is to draw a straight line from S to R and find the midpoint. And then you draw another straight line from S to the center point of the circle in order for you to get O. After you get O, you can draw the bigger circle that you're going to touch point S and point R. Okay, so I think it's really straightforward. So I already have this circle and I already have S and also R here. So the first step is to draw a straight line to connect S to R. Okay, after that you need to find the center point. So just draw arc here and here, from here and from here. Okay, so you have these 2 points, then connect it so that you have a straight line, and then from S it should touch the center point of the circle. Okay, so at the end you're going to get this point as the center point of the bigger circle that you are going to draw. Okay, so from point O, the distance will be to S or to R. It's up to you. After you have the radius, just draw the circle, and the circle will be touching the S point and the R point. Okay, so that's about it. So we move to the next activity, which is activity 7. For activity 7, construct a circle tangent to circle P and line at Q point. So we want to construct this circle that is going to touch a tangent from this circle and also point Q. So we have the circle and the line with point Q here. Just go a straight line P and then Q, and then connect X to Q, and then from P they're going to touch the tangent T and O, and then you got the O. You can draw the circle. Okay, so that's all. That's how to do it. Let me show you. Okay, so you have the small circle here, and then you have a line with Q. So we want to make sure that the circle that we're going to draw will touch one point at this circle and also will touch Q. So the first thing that you need to do is to draw a perpendicular line from Q and another line from P, from P. Okay, so we have the line here. So the line, this straight line that touch the circle, we consider this as X point, in which this X point we want to draw another line that is going to connect to Q. Once it's connect to Q, we have this point as T, and then this T point, the P, this point P will touch T in another line. Okay, so now we have this point as point O, and this point O will be the center point of the circle that we want to draw, and the circle distance, the radius, will be definitely have the radius that have the same distance from O to Q or to T. Okay, so we going to draw a circle from point O that is going to touch T and also Q. So this is the circle that we want. Okay, so that's activity 7. Now this is the last activity. We want to draw an ellipse using 2 circles at a center point. Well, actually there are a lot of way of drawing an ellipse, but this one, what we are going to do is we're going to use a 2 circle method, in which the circle have a major axis of 100 mm and the minor axis of 70 mm. And for this one, I have a video to show you on how to do it. Let's just all watch the video together. Well, actually the video doesn't have any sound, so but it have the instruction there and guidelines, so you can just read it. Okay, by using the 60-30 degree angle ruler, you can draw the line by passing through the bigger circle and the small circle. After you have done that, the next step is to kind of find the point in which the arc that we want to draw, and this is based on the major circle and the minor circle. You should be straight or 90-degree line. Okay, so you can see here, he determined the point of where the ellipse should be connected. If you have this French curve, you can use this in order to draw the curve. However, it's okay if you don't have it, you can just draw it by using your bare hand. Just connecting the dot slowly. So at the end, you get an ellipse. This is one of the method to draw ellipse. There are a few other several methods that we can use in order to draw ellipse. You can find it in the on the internet. Okay, so that's about it. I really hope that you're going to also do this activity. And beside that, I also have an assignment to give to you. And assignment, we have two assignments, assignment 3.1 and 3.2, in which in this figure there are a few techniques that you need to incorporate in order for you to draw this figure according to the geometric construction that we have learned in lab 1 and lab 2. So I really hope that you're going to do all the assignment and submit to me next week. So that's about it for this lab 3 exercises for minimal drawing. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.